Okay, sorry about that, guys. I don't know how much we might have jumped ahead a little bit because we started the episode and then everyone had to go, so we kind of had to.
So now we're back.
Yeah,
it's
we're
me
back.
and Rick.
This is the D-Pad. I'm Rick.
I'm John.
And it's been a surprisingly
weirdly productive day.
Yeah.
Out of the blue. We didn't think it would be because we had to be in the studio.
Yep.
But we set up and we conquered.
We have done a week's worth of Pokémon Insurgence. We've done like 2 weeks worth of Battle Network 2.
Yep. And we did a shit ton of Mega Man 5 Game Boy.
Yeah. I think we might have gotten close to 2 weeks of it.
Yeah, easily 1 week, if not 2.
Yeah. We did a week before we took a break before we took that first break.
Yeah. So I think that's really solid.
I say first break. You'll understand when you see Monday's episode. It was more of a like break is the right word, but not the way that you normally mean it. Something broke, but it's all good.
Oh right, I forgot about that. Yeah.
Yeah. Everything's fine, so it's not a big deal.
Now I know we might end up a little late on this one thing. The you and I need to do the video intro or something.
Oh, yeah.
We might have to do that tomorrow morning at this point.
I'm okay with that.
Are you around tomorrow during the day at all?
Yes, I'm gonna be around all day because I'm waiting for the electrician.
Okay.
So, yes.
Is it possible for us to do that recording without electricity?
We could do it outside.
We wouldn't have good light, but we could use natural light.
Yeah.
We could kind of change it up.
Do
a
it on
little
the
bit.
porch.
Yeah.
The funny part about this
is
you guys will have already seen this.
Right. So you'll be like,
oh,
that's why they're in some
got
weird
it. We could always just
place.
wait until the electrician comes around too. We don't have to force it.
That's cool. Yeah.
Because my only plans for tomorrow were just editing. I've been sitting on fucking seriously forever, and my whole plan for this weekend was clear my schedule by editing ahead of time, which I had almost all of it done, and then the whole electricity thing happened. It's like, well,
it's comedy of errors.
Yeah, never get a break. And I feel bad because like I've recorded all but I think 2 shots that I need for Seriously, and I've just been editing stuff. Like,
what 2 shots do you still need at this point?
I need the gun barrel shot. I forgot to do that when I was doing other stuff.
Oh fuck! You've been working on this same video for a month.
No, for like almost 2 months now. Because just everything else is just kind of piling on.
Not in any way giving you a hard time. You work so hard. I'm not giving you shit.
Yep.
Have you just kind of given up on the idea of doing all the videos in time for Spectre?
I think what I'm gonna shoot for at this point, the odds of I've only done 4 of them so far. I would have 19 more before I could do a proper thing on Spectre.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna have to alter my plans slightly in order to
be sane.
I'm going to try to shoot for Spectre being the sort of the halfway point. If I can get 12 of them done before Spectre comes out, do a more off-the-cuff Spectre review, then finish out the other 12. By that point, it might be out on DVD, at which point I can do a real review of it.
Oh, that's actually not a bad idea.
So
it's certainly a lot saner. It'll make it.
Yeah, it's sort of a backup plan, and even just trying to get 8 more reviews out
sounds like hell.
is still a lot. Because I've got I think like 2 months.
And that gives us more time to have fun with them too, like with the custom songs.
Yeah, exactly. We have some big plans on song stuff, which we're trying to do the best we can with those. It's tricky because it's tricky for me because I'm trying to. CJ has been kind of spearheading the musical side of things, which I'm fine with, but it also means that I get nervous because I don't know where his mind's at as far as certain things, and then he comes up with ideas that now I have to, impress him for him to impress me, kind of thing. Like I have to learn some keyboard parts for the next big one we're doing. So that's going to be interesting. I don't know. I like getting to stretch, the creative muscles and all that stuff. And honestly, even with Seriously being as delayed as it is, I like doing it just because it's a way to be creative.
Yeah, it's a different thing than a Let's Play, for sure.
Exactly, yeah.
Very different.
It's funny, too, because, if I didn't do Seriously, the D-pad would be 1,000 times easier to keep up to date. And if I didn't do the other D-pad stuff, Seriously would be incredibly easy to keep up to date.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not sure I'm necessarily doing literally twice the work of a regular channel, but it definitely comes off that way when the two are combating that way.
Close, I would say. I think D-pad as a whole is probably 1.5 3 or 4 times, 1.3 or 1.4 times what seriously is.
Like as a whole, yeah. I guess it depends on the. I've only done 4, well 5 if we're including where You Only Live Twice is at right now.
Yeah.
I mean, again, this
also,
week,
like, you need to cut down seriously a little bit too. You've admitted the videos are a little long sometimes.
They are super long. They
kind of
get away from me.
More efficient with the process.
It's you know what's funny too is I tried my damnedest to keep this one shorter, and for reasons that I don't want to say, because by the time Friday comes around, I don't know if it'll be up yet. I suspect it won't, so I don't want to spoil anything there. And even if it was, I don't want to spoil anything for people who haven't had a chance to sit down for it yet. But it got away from me and wound up being bigger despite significant attempts to not have to be the case.
In a very different way.
Yeah.
So if you found the other ones a little long, that's okay.
This one should help alleviate that
big.
in a weird way.
It's different though.
And I've been saying the whole time, Honor Majesty's Secret Service is going to be smaller. Way smaller scope, hopefully a lot sharper, punchier jokes.
It was a movie. End.
Yeah. But like when that one comes out, it's going to be by design like a half hour tops. As opposed to these ones that have been creeping into the 45-minute range.
Dude, you should aim for like 15 or 10.
15 is tricky. 15 is a very tricky, to be able to get any sort of narrative going in the review itself, it's very hard to do that in 15 minutes.
Okay, I guess I can see that.
25, I think, is about where the bottom would be. Like
does it have to
20?
have a narrative in and of itself?
Kinda. Because you need jokes that kind of stack on top of each other. You need to be able to...
Yeah.
It's sort of... I mean, it really... I guess part of where I go with the reviews is because I haven't done a ton of it, but I have done stand-up in the past. And the idea with stand-up, even if you're telling a lot of unrelated jokes, is that in some way they are meant to sort of build on build on each other.
Mm-hmm.
So by the end of it, you have sort of a cohesive story. And even if the jokes don't literally riff on themselves, they can, but they don't have to. Like, I don't know. It's that's kind of I basically treat seriously like a very carefully scripted stand-up.
That's fine. That makes sense.
It's funny. One of the biggest bits of drive for me in getting You Only Live Twice done is because after that, it's 1 or 2 reviews before I can do another like review of the reviews, basically.
Why is that?
Every few reviews I'm doing, it's called Seriously Candid, and the idea is I'm taking... Basically, it's just much more off-the-cuff, like open, non-scripted thoughts on it and on the reviews and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to talk about it, honestly. Just like talk about both the movie and...
Your process.
Yeah, the process for it, because I honestly still don't even really get why it's taking this long. Part of it is I'm not a big fan of that movie. It didn't really do it for me, but like, I don't know. It feels so slow. So slow.
You mean as a whole, or
not the movie? I mean, making the review feels like it's just taken forever.
But like for every video, or just this particular one?
Just this one. They all feel fairly long,
is it
but
writer's
like
block. I mean, like
kind of.
If the movie's mediocre, it's got to be harder to react to it.
What's hilarious is Thunderball. The biggest hang-up was just getting time to film it. Once I filmed it, the review was up 2 days later.
Yeah. Weird.
This one, I filmed half of it a month ago.
Well, yeah, but this one is also the most ambitious and weird and disjointed.
There's a lot of visual effects. There's, for all intents and purposes, a storyline to the review. I won't really get into what's happening, specifically, but it's a much more ambitious project this time around.
Yeah, because this is almost more of a short film than it is a review. It's
absolutely,
which difference?
Which is
a lot more work.
And I kind of like the idea of that. I definitely, I have no shame in admitting that, like, Nostalgia Critic is a major influence on the sort of stylistic approach that I'm taking with this. But I don't know. It's tricky. It's very tricky. I don't know. I bought a green screen that should be coming in actually tomorrow, cool. Which will be great for all the videos we do, to be able to have that at our disposal if we want it. To be able to say like, oh,
so
what
look
if we
forward to a bunch
effects?
of weird, hazy green videos until we figure out how to use it best.
No, honestly, the biggest thing in my experience, the thing that makes the most difference on whether or not a green screen effect can work is if you are properly focused on your subject. Makes all the difference in the world.
I imagine lighting is usually important as well.
Lighting, it's more, the lighting you can actually correct to an extent. The issue is making sure the green screen is lit properly. Because if it's not a consistent color, then you're going to have trouble. I mean, there's also just smart planning. Like, if it's a green screen, don't wear bright green. but
fine.
Because we've done a couple green screen effects in our living room.
Which has like these
over the last
bland blue, purple, light, gray walls.
Yeah, which is, obviously quite hard to
It's
chroma
Ben's
key
room
out.
now, Rick. You gotta.
That's true, Ben's room. There was a point where we were debating painting one of those walls green screen green.
Yeah.
We never did it. I'm kind of glad we didn't, just because
It would be.
it's not a good look.
exhausting.
It just doesn't look good. If it
No.
looked better and blended in more, that'd be fine. Or if we had like a wall curtain, like a curtain that went along the whole wall, so when we weren't using it, we could cover it up.
Yeah. Which I'm sure we would have evolved to realize and set up if we had done that. But
I don't know.
no
It's
sturdy on that one.
yeah, some of them don't. I forget what they can have instead of
what
that.
level are you grinding to?
31. I want them to
Okay.
match, and then I'll be all set. I was debating doing 32, but I think, as far as this episode goes, we'll just go to 31, and that's gonna be it. It's been a long day though. We've done a lot.
I'm kind of bummed. I was hoping that at the end of it, I would get to see what the whole gym thing was about.
Yeah, I know. That's okay. We can save it for the next time we record. I apologize if you guys feel slighted by a week of grinding, basically. But honestly, we were explicitly told in no uncertain terms by many people in the comments,
Grind, mofos.
grind or you will regret it. So at the very least, I'm making sure both of my dudes are on a fairly competitive level. I'm not even sure. I'll be honest. I'm not even entirely sure if 31 is good enough for this next section if I've only got 2 guys. But
Yeah, it's a little not
if you have a
great.
team of 6 at level 30,
Well,
it's a
you
very
would be
different thing.
Unbelievable, yeah. But the hope is that your dudes are going to be able to do enough one-hit KOing to be safe.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
It's honestly going to come down to the types you're dealing with.
Yeah.
And Reshiram, if he does end up showing up, he's a tough type for you. He's dragon and fire.
Yeah, that is a real tricky one. I don't have any ice. Ground is still super effective.
Is it?
Yes.
Dragon doesn't block ground?
Dragon does not. Dragon resists the 4 basic elementals of Pokemon: fire,
Okay.
water, electric, and grass. I don't have any dragon moves. I don't have any ice moves, but I do have ground moves, and that is all that I am going to need. I guess rock is also super effective then. But I don't have any rock, so I'm going to be relying heavily on Delta Grimer if it comes to that.
It does sound like it. I'd put him on point even still.
Oh, yeah. At this point, it's less because, he can withstand the hits more, but also, if someone's got to go down, it is damn well not going to be my starter. I'm not letting that shit happen. Also,
To ground, rock, and dragon, yeah.
to be honest, the experience gain has obviously been dropping off pretty quickly here.
Yeah.
So this episode might actually wind up being a little bit long, but I think once I hit 31, we can probably progress.
We can go sleeps.
Yeah.
Progress to sleeps.
Yep. But yeah, no, yeah. I think we mentioned this at the start of the week, but possibly in Mega Man, I don't even know. But we hope you guys enjoyed the top 10 Zelda video thing. We're gonna do more of those.
Oh, absolutely. We actually enjoy doing that stuff at least as much as we enjoy doing Let's Plays.
My question to you guys: it sounded like you guys enjoyed the video, at least the first one. We don't know what your comments are on the second one yet. We're recording this before that goes up. Do you guys like the more open discussion style format, or would you guys be more into a scripted kind of thing? Because originally we were going to have it be scripted, and at the last second we just didn't have the list really ready in time, so we just went with an off-the-cuff sort of thing instead.
I think we all made the same points we would have made. It may have been a little more meandering, but I think there's an energy to a discussion-based thing.
It's true.
That, doesn't always come through in a scripted thing. So
I guess the other thing too
is the other maybe.
Are we looking at doing more team top 10s like that, or is it going to be more like Mega Man intro seriously style?
Right.
Stuff
Well, I
too?
mean, I think a lot of that stuff depends on availability.
That's true, I guess.
So it's
Yeah, that's a
all
fair
of the
point.
above probably. There will be
Yeah.
some videos you have to do just you, although less and less, and then there will be.
I think seriously is
Some
the
that
only
are-
thing that
That's just you.
is
Yeah.
ever just me, and even then,
Yeah.
that's a sometime. That's when it suits the plot, basically.
Yeah.
And I've been trying to involve the team more on that. I think the only
that one,
person
I
who
think
has
you
not,
only mostly do that for you only because of scheduling thing. You're
Yeah.
always available.
It's so
when you're
it's
available.
way easier for me to go, Well, John's at work, and I got 3 hours where I'm waiting for my episodes to render. So I guess I can film now.
Right.
I think as of right now, for us while we're sitting here, the only member of like the 8 of us, out of like those of us who are like actively doing stuff on any given day. No, that's not true. I was gonna say is CJ. And that might not even be true by the time You Only Live Twice comes up, because there's a little brief thing that I might have him do if I'm still editing this. The next time I get a chance to see him, I might steal him for a quick thing, and it'll slide right in. Felice hasn't done anything on there yet. She hasn't actually been involved in any of them at all, now that I think about it.
No, yeah.
But she would make a fantastic money penny by the time I get around to the modern ones.
There you go.
I forget the name of the actress who plays Moneypenny right now.
Felice.
Sure. No, look it up. See what I'm curious what her name is. You'll see. I'm sure a picture will come up too, and like Felice actually looks fairly similar to her. Let's see. Oh yeah, let's get out of here. I'm not fighting this dude. We're so close. We're so close. Vacuum wave.
Naomi Harris.
Thank you, yes. Would you agree, though? I think Felice...
I mean, yeah, in that she's brown.
Well, I mean, there's that, but also, like...
That's pretty
much
it.
Her voice... I mean, aside from... Obviously, the accent is different, but, like, the sound of her voice is actually pretty similar as well. I don't know. I think it could be... it could be doable there.
That's cool. That's cool. That's cool. That's cool. That's cool.
I currently don't know how anyone else would factor into any of the videos right now. I have a plan. Oh, you haven't. I have a plan for you later on in the series. I have an idea for something I want to do with you in there.
Cool.
I don't want to spoil it on here.
Yeah, I think you might have said it. I'm not sure, but I think it was cool. And that's exciting. Yeah, I'd love to get more involved with that. It's just usually what happens is, again, Rick's kind of mentioned this on air before, is we work at the same place. So if one of us is working, the other one is not.
The week that this episode goes up is the first week in months that we have both not been working.
Yeah. So maybe we'll try and get some extra bonus shit done. Or,
yeah.
Just maybe
or
relax
at least get
and
a little
enjoy
further,
life.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, at least part of that week is going to be planning for 2 separate things in the Mega Let's Play. Mm-hmm. So that'll actually be really exciting. I've been looking forward to this special thing that we're doing for a while. Actually,
I'm actually kind of excited about it too.
Yeah,
and it'll also include things like cleaning, personal hygiene.
We really gotta fix up the apartment a bit.
Maintenance.
Yeah.
So Ben kind of moved in like 80%, and then we were like,
Yeah,
so we kind of work on that.
Yeah, we gotta fix up the place. It's in a fixer-upper state right now, and now it's time to actually do the fixing-upping. Oh, so close. Like 4 battles, I think we'll do it.
I'm gonna go with 6.
All right. I'd be willing to split the difference at 5.
Well, we'll see.
Yeah, we shall see.
So basically, the number is 5. I'm over. You're under.
Yeah, I guess so. Blarg. Onyx will definitely help will help my case for sure. Sturdy. What you got for me? Stealth Rock.
Shadow Sneak.
So I may as well use if I'm not using Vacuum Wave, I may as well use Shadow Sneak just because it might actually be 3.
All right, never mind. Maybe we're all wrong.
Just because it's still basically a quick attack, so it just won't work against normal and fighting dudes. I'm excited to... I hope that I live long enough to see more Delta Pokemon, because I'm really excited by the prospect of that.
That's the thing is, again, like, I'm curious to just play this game, how it's designed.
Yeah.
Because it's designed to be harder than the average Pokemon game, and we Nuzlocke Pokemon games to make them harder. So there's double harder going on here.
So we're making it significantly harder than the average Pokemon game, like on an entirely different scale, basically. But I mean, it is an interesting process, though. It's kind of neat to add challenge. It's literally the only challenge of any game I've ever heard of that is this well known. Props to the guy who came up with Nuzlocke in the first place. I don't know his name off the top of my head, and I really should. but the guy who came up with the Nuzlocke comic. But yeah, I can't think of any modified version of a game that is this insanely well known. Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of amazing, really, in the world of video games that something like that happens.
It I'm trying to think of any other instance or any other game that I can like compare it to, and I got nothing. My friend and I, when we were little, we used to run around Super Mario 64 and try and beat the level without ever stopping moving and like as quick as possible.
Okay.
I think we call it like Mario Daredevils or whatever we call that.
Oh, nice.
It was actually like really, really fun.
We could totally do like.
I feel like that? Oh man,
I would be down for doing that. At the same time, too, I'm just like, man, Mario 64 is one of those games that, in the same way as Link's Awakening, it's one that's really meant to be enjoyed at a nice pace. But at the same time, it's a game that's like not small enough but short enough that it could be raced.
Yeah,
that might be neat to do sometime.
A Mario 64 race?
Yeah,
that's a big enough game that I think that would get to be a drag after.
It could be a drag, but also like. Different from Mega Man X, where like when you pull ahead, if you pull ahead at a certain point, the game just kind of is over for somebody. But Mario 64, there's always an opportunity to catch up. I don't know. Okay. Food for thought. We'll have to think about that. But you know what? We'll see you guys next time.
Woohoo! Have a good night.